We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. It's Baseball on the Show, and it's coming up next. Hyunjin Ryu is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for Toronto. What's your take on him, Dan?
Well, Matt, he reminds me, he's the closest thing that I've seen to David Wells. You watch him throw, he's 89 to 93 miles an hour, kind of a big, loopy, overhand curveball, does have the hard slider and the changeup. A good athlete for a big guy. You'll know if he's on early, he has to get his breaking pitches over to make his fastball effective.
Now to the plate, Shin-Soo Choo, and we are set for baseball here this evening. And here is strike one call to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1.
First pitch, 7 o'clock.
Here's the pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the leadoff man is gone to open up the ball game.
Nice two-seam fastball there. You don't usually see a lot of swings and misses with that pitch unless it's really moving. So that one must have had some real good late life.
So Elvis Andrus the next to bat, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Andrews is unlike many of today's hitters in the sense that he doesn't have a lot of swing and miss in his approach at the plate. More often than not, he gets contact, and I'm sure that makes him a frustrating hitter to face from a pitcher's standpoint.
You know, he takes his chances when he has count leveraged. Without question, 1-0, 2-0, you'll see this guy try and get nasty a little bit, but he stays within himself. He knows what his strengths are, and he tries to drive the ball right back where it came from.
Still no balls and 2 strikes. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang-bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Count 1-0.
Swing, high drive, deep down the left field line. This ball is slicing, and that'll get down out there for extra bases. And he is in the second with a 2-out double.
When it left his bat, I thought it might squirt foul, but it hugged the line and found its way into the corner. Thought it might be a little bit closer play at second, but he cruised in there with relative ease.
So that brings up the big bat of Joey Gallo, and he fouls this one off. Comes set, the 0-1, and no swing apparently, ball 1.
Hey, I know we're only in the top of the first, but back-breaking blows are those 2-out runners in scoring position knocks, and they have a chance to capitalize right here.
Boy, D-Roy, you touched it on right there. I think as a pitcher, you try to get through that first inning and not have to show all of your pitches and empty out the bucket. That 2-out double right now, he's going to have to buckle down to try to keep this game scoreless.
And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Bottom of the first, straight ahead. We are scoreless on the show. Corey Kluber, a right-hander from Alabama, gets the starting assignment. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we're getting a look at a real competitive pitcher here. Career ERA in the low threes, and that's not an easy thing to do in the day and age of small ballparks and guys swinging for the fences. Rock solid pitcher, does a lot of things well, and it'll be fun to watch him work in this one here today.
So striding in, Bo Bichette. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. The pitch. Fly ball out toward right field. Right fielder is on the run, but he won't get to it, and this should put a man in scoring position to start the inning. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Take a look at this right here. He didn't get jumpy and try and pull it down the left field line. Stayed in there, fought hard, and grinded out a nice knock the other way.
In now, Kevin Biggio, as Kluber's able to get ahead of him here with strike one. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Right side, hit hard. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Batting third.
Hey, not a great start for the pitcher right here. Started off with a double, now add in a single, and one of your middle-of-the-order bats is coming to the dish. Man, I don't think this was the start he was imagining warming up in the bullpen.
Standing in now, Lourdes Gurriel. But this is speared by the first baseman, and they'll run him down and tag him out between first and second. A double play.
Batting fourth, the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., runner in scoring position with two gone. First offering on its way.
Off the plate, ball one.
With the runner on third, 2 outs, base open, and a good hitter at the plate, you have to be smart and not give in. If you walk this guy, so what? It's a lot worse if you give him a ball that he can hurt you on.
Ready with the 1-0. Grounder down the line at third. But a foul ball, 1-1. 1-1. Here it is. 2-1.
Hey, curveball that kind of backed up on him right there. Might have popped out of his hand just a little bit earlier than he intended.
Bichette on third with 2 out. Their count now at 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. The runner from third crosses the plate, and they've taken a 1-0 lead.
This is why it's so important to give your cleanup hitter an opportunity to hit with runners in scoring position. He does just what he's supposed to do, lacing a double and driving in a run, just like you draw it up.
And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. The 0-1 offering. And a sinker's in there for a called strike, and he forges ahead 0-2.
Make a good pitch right here and get your offense back in the dugout after only giving up 1 run.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Line drive to left. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. As he arrives at second without a play, as also on the play, a run comes across to score.
When he started this game, giving up 3 extra base hits in the opening frame was not what he had in mind. He could still settle down and turn things around on the mound, but the way it's going right now, this has the makings of a start he's going to want to forget.
Randall Grichuk at the plate now, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. This one's down to third. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. So 2 runs on 4 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We move ahead to the top of the second now. It's the Blue Jays 2 and the Rangers nothing. So coming to the plate, Danny Santana. He'll start things out in the top half of the second.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
First delivery to him on the way. And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Bichette gathers it in. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
That is it. The third baseman, Todd Frazier.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and standing in a power threat in Todd Frazier, the third baseman. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
So here's the left-handed bat of Rougned Odor, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. And he'll fight this one foul off to the left as the count goes to 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
I got the count 1-2.
He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And that is off the wall. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Wow, he puts a serious charge into this ball. Ends up splitting the 2 outfielders. Bangs up against the wall in right center. And he cruises into second, knowing he can't hit the ball much harder than that.
To the plate now, Nick Solak, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. Tying run at the plate, the 0-1. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Rangers leave 1. They trail things here 2-0. So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Strike taken as that one crosses over the inside part of the plate. And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him. So 1-1. Swinging a soft liner. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Hey, the offense did their homework coming into this one. There's another leadoff knock in the second. That makes 5. That makes 5 hits already for these guys.
Now at the plate, Derek Fisher. He'll get to take his first cuts here. From the belt, the pitch. Nobody out, runner on first. Hit down the line at first, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And this one's in the dirt. Good job there as the count goes to 1-2. A runner at first with no outs here. Lays off 2-2 now.
He went with the off speed there once he got him to 0-2, but now that they both missed, I think we'll see more of a challenge pitch here. You don't have to give in, but you can't be too cute either.
Here now the 2-2. Into right field. That's a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Wow, and the hits just keep piling up for them. Take a look at the numbers here. That's already 6 hits, and we're only in the 2nd inning. We'll see if they can keep this up as the innings go on.
Into the box, Reese McGuire, as Kluber's able to get ahead of him here with strike 1. Comes set, and the 0-1. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. None out, runners at first and second. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Gallo is there, and he makes the catch for the out. And he's safe.
The batter, number 11. Shortstop. Bichette.
Digging in, Bo Bichette. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Yeah, he jumped all over that first pitch last time up. Interested to see if he has the same approach this AB.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. Runners are at the corners with 1 man out. can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. As a look, now the pitch. In the air to right center. Center fielder on the run. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. The tag's there from Chirinos. He is out at the plate. One left for Toronto. After two, it's a 2-0 ball game. Digging in, Robinson Chirinos. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit down the third baseline, but a foul ball here. 0-1. Now here's the pitch. Hit back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Up next to the Rangers.
Next will be the designated hitter, Shin-Soo Choo. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
And it's fouled away. The windup and the 0-1. Bases are empty, one man out. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
I love a well-executed changeup, especially one down in the zone. The only problem throwing it in that situation, you leave that belt high or miss your spot just a hair, and you could have some problems.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Shin-Soo Choo goes down for out number 2 in the top half. So 2 are gone here in the Rangers' third, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. First pitch of the at-bat. Now an off-speed pitch gets the outside. It's a cold strike.
Hey, this is a huge at-bat right here. This pitcher wants to end this inning and have 3, 4, 5 due up to start the next inning.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball.
Hey, a 2-out walk right here would be the tying run to the plate. Even though it's early on, you got a guy on deck that has a lot of pop.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. And another foul ball. Fouled off. Now another 1-2.
After multiple pitches were fouled off, it gets a little disappointing as a pitcher. So you think, say, I'm going to throw one way off the plate and see if he'll chase it. Didn't happen.
Hit hard on the ground to second. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
And here's the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. The 1-0.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner, but it bends just foul into the second deck. The 1-2. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. 2 out with the man at first. In the dirt here, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Now the 3-2 pitch. And this pitch misses for ball 4. So that's going to move a runner into scoring position now with 2 away.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed and now used with a man in scoring position.
Here's Joey Gallo now. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the 3rd. From the stretch. A ball and no strikes. That evens it up 1-1. Gallo is usually found in left, but in this one he's manning the other corner outfield spot in right. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. 1-2. Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. Counts even 2-2 to Joey Gallo. The 2-2 is looked at and the count moves full.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Rangers leave a pair. They're still down. It's 2-0. At the plate, Kevin Biggio, a base hit in his first trip.
The second baseman, Kevin Biggio.
Now the pitch.
No, that's down.
The 1-0.
2-0.
Loud contact there, but it's well fouled. The 2-1. Doesn't hit the target. It's ball 3.
3 balls, 1 strike.
In there for a called strike. 3-2 now.
3-2.
Lifted down the line in left. Frazier in foul ground. And they can't run it down. Payoff pitch one more time. Swinging a ball hit in the air to right field and deep. Back is the right fielder, but he will look up and watch this one sail out of here. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And the Jays have moved out in front 3-0.
This is the first home run of the game, but the bats are definitely alive for both teams tonight. There have been a ton of hits already. These pitchers might want to duck and cover if things continue this way.
Now back
At the plate, Lourdes Gurriel.
Lourdes.
As Kluber's able to get ahead of him here with strike one. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone. No outs, nobody on. Hit toward the right side. That's his first base hit. Make him 1 for 2 now.
That can't bother you too bad, Dan, right there. Power guy at the plate, and you're able to get in his kitchen.
Boy, that's a tough one to swallow, right? These big, strong guys, they like to get their arms extended. That wasn't that bad of a pitch, but he's just so strong that he's able to muscle that into the outfield grass.
Into the box now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He'll swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. The 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Lots of hits given up, but so far no walks. At least he's making them work to get on base. Problem is, they haven't had to work too hard.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses for the second ball.
Hey, after the double in his first at bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
The 2-1. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this will wind up being a foul ball. The 2-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
So digging in next will be Travis Shaw. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. One 1-0 pitch on the way.
No, that's low.
This is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like that. You can't just lay one in there, but you also don't want to run the count to 3-0.
The 2-0.
Nope.
Hey, he's had great command all day. Want to see how aggressive he is in the zone with a 3-ball count.
Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone.
I think it's a real possibility that they put that run on first in motion. That would help them stay out of that double play that would end the inning, but that's also kind of risky at the same time.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Drilled right back up the middle. Odor. Andrus gets down and dirty on to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Jays add 1 more on the solo home run. We played 3 full. It's now 3-0 in favor of the Jays. All set for the start of the 4th. Into the box now, Danny Santana. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there. Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
Heading out towards shallow right. Fisher is in a few steps as he takes it for the first out. 1 gone in the Texas 4th. And standing in a power threat in Todd Frazier, the third baseman. Here's the first pitch to him.
Huh?
Now the 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike. And a good spot for that pitch as it's chopped foul. Again, he sends it out of play. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. Fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. Squared that one up just a little late. Here's another 2-2.
Hey, this has been an epic at bat right here. I don't blame the pitcher for a little nibbling right there. Maybe get a swing and a miss. He didn't bite on that one, so now we go full count.
And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at bat.
Boy, this guy has really good stuff so far on this one. How about 7 Ks, and we're just in the middle innings of this one. If he continues this up, this could be a real solid performance.
Here's Rougned Odor now. Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. Comes in with the changeup, and it's 2-0.
This at bat sets up really good right here, right? Hasn't seen a fastball yet, but now he gets to count at 2 balls and no strikes. He has to be looking for a fastball right here.
3-0 now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had the green light here. Matter of fact, I know he's got the green light here. He's looking for something set or cut, and he's looking to do damage.
Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now. A full count for Odor, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, there was great arm action on that 3-1 changeup right here. He's got this guy thinking. That's the beauty right now. We go to a full count. Do you sit changeup, or do you stay with the heater?
Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. Still down 3-0. Back now here at Rogers Center, and here's Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Blue Jays to discuss his thoughts on his team's lineup so far. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He told me it feels like every ball they've put in play has been a laser, and the numbers back that up. 6 of their hits have come off the bat at 90 miles an hour or harder, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. Digging in, Rendell Grichuk. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch coming. Here it is.
I guess the game plan from the offensive standpoint today coming into this one was they were going to work the counts. They've been super patient at the plate in the early goings of this game, and they've got the lead looking for more.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Outside, that's the ball.
Smokes this one into deep center field. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out. Teoscar Hernandez digging in now. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Now here it comes. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Here's a strike with the breaking ball.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Gotta find a way to grind.
The pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Chasing after it is Calhoun. Goes into a slide, and he's got it. Great play, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, right fielder, Derek Fisher.
That's a slick play out there as we take a look at it on show motion. He was charging in quickly, and he slides to get under the ball just before it reaches the ground and gets the out. Well done.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And up next, the University of Virginia product, Derek Fisher. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike. And he won't go after the cut fastball. 2-2.
I really like watching righties throw that cutter in on lefties' hands like that. This one was down 2, and if he hits it, there's a pretty good chance he's going to pound it into the ground. Maybe even give himself a shin burger.
And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there, and the inning is over. Blue Jays go down in order. They lead it 3-0. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Matt, I talked with the Rangers manager during the inning break about the team's offensive production to this point. And he told me he's pretty unhappy with their discipline at the plate in this one. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Stepping in, Nick Solak. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch outs will stick with you a little longer.
And he fouls this one off. The windup and the 0-1. And that one cut a little too much. A ball and a strike. Now some definite signs of life in that Toronto bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander begin to throw. The 1-1 is strike 2 swinging.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
I'll tell you right now, this guy has a shutout going, and it's been all business. He's not messing around trying to pick at corners. He's being aggressive in the zone, and he's attacking each and every one of these hitters up to this point.
So now to the plate, Robinson Chirinos, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Hit hard on the ground is short, and into left field for a 1-out hit.
He got the pitch he wanted, and he didn't miss it right there. Hammer job.
The designated hitter,
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now, as he'll swing at the first pitch and bang one into right center field. That's a base hit. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Finally, they show some signs of life. These guys have been swinging the bats like they're underwater or something. But a single and a double, and now they've got runners on second and third. We'll see if they can cash them in. Here's Elvis Andrus now, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
A hit and 2 tries for him so far. Here it comes now to Andrus.
Nope, that's a ball. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Fisher's under it. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third, as this should get him on the board. And he is in there with their first run, and it's cut to 3-1 now.
The left fielder.
So a runner in scoring position with 2 men gone. And in to bat next, former Dodger minor leaguer Willie Calhoun. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And gone up into the second deck. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field, and with it the Rangers have tied the score at 3.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
At the plate now, Joey Gallo. He'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. No hits to this point. A ball and a strike.
Now for 4 innings, he was great. But here in the 5th, he looks like a completely different guy out there. That happens a lot when a pitcher is facing batters for the 2nd or 3rd time in a game.
The 1-1. In the air now, out to left. Left fielder is on the move. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. On to the bottom of the 5th. We're tied now at 3 apiece. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Striding into the box, Reese McGuire. He flew out in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. Line drive to left. And that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning.
Boy, it's so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Waits, now the pitch. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Has a look, now the pitch. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count. 0-2.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
The 0-2 home. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Stepping in now, Kevin Biggio. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 3-3 our score with a man on at first and one away. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weak grounder down the first baseline. Andrus. Return throw is in time. How about that? They do turn 2 and it gets him out of the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Mark, Dan, and I are back with more after this. New inning set to get underway. Digging in now, Danny Santana. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Santana.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And some action now in the Toronto bullpen as a right-hander starts to get loose. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
1 ball.
And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
Hot shot on the ground is short. And a backhanded try into the hole that's short, but this gets on by.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them. Drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment. Able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
Here's Todd Frazier now, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. This is foul right side. Runner aboard at first with nobody out in a 3-3 tie. And on 0-2 he misses with a fastball. This is on the ground over to first. There's one. On to first, and it's a well-turned 3-6-1 double play, and quickly there are 2 gone. Coming to the plate now, Rougned Odor, 1 for 2 in the ballgame thus far. Hit sharply on the ground. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. As we take a look at his numbers, a couple of things jump out at you.
Definitely, Matt. He's been throwing it by guys the entire game, but that leads to some high pitch counts, and that's the case here. After that hit, you have to wonder if he's starting to get a little bit fatigued.
Yeah, and in today's game, everyone seems to want to err on the side of caution in terms of pitch counts. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Texas. On to the bottom of inning number 6, tied 3 apiece. Next to bat for Toronto, Lourdes Gurriel. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First pitch of the at-bat. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Breaking ball called just a bit low.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
And it's fouled away. Swing and a liner. Foul. hard sinker misses. 2-2. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
I'll tell you, he's showing no signs of tiring right now. Still looks razor sharp from what I can tell, so I think he might last a while longer if he can keep this up.
Junior.
To the plate now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's strike 2. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The 0-2 once more. Is at the knees and called strike 3.
Certainly not showing any signs of intimidation with these middle of the order guys. That's back-to-back Ks, and the 3 and 4 guys are harmlessly back in the dugout.
In now, Travis Shaw. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball. 1-1. A 2-1 count to the Blue Jays first baseman.
We're starting to see a lot more balls from him now, and that's a direct result of him getting hit around pretty good. He's trying to do something different, and it's resulting in him not tacking the strike zone anymore.
The 2-2. Two out, nobody on. Fouled off. Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. Just missed a home run to the deepest part of the yard. It's off the wall. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
Now back.
Well, that's his second double of the game, and I thought he might have enough to get out of here. Banged it off the wall, and he's looking really good in this one.
Here's Randall Grichuk, as he'll take a look at a sinker here. Too low for ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. One and 0. Here it is. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2.
Like to see him be looking to the opposite field with this next swing. Pitcher's trying to work you away.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Teoscar Hernandez would be next. 2 out here and a runner at second. Hey. 3-1.
It'll be interesting if he comes in the zone aggressively again here. With the base open, he doesn't have to.
Out of the stretch, the 3-1 home. And here's a ball hit in the air. But this will land untouched. He's set the payoff pitch. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Ranger skipper is up off his seat in the dugout now to make the walk to the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So he'll leave with a couple of runners aboard that are his responsibility, meaning he'd be happy to get out of here with a no decision. Taylor Hearn trots in from the bullpen here as he inherits a tough spot with 2 on and 2 away. Oscar Hernandez will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 2 away. He's set. Here it comes. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
Fouled away. Pause and the 0-2 swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. Oh, and he takes his eye off it here, and it goes right past him, and he'll come in to score from second base, and that is a direct result, obviously, of that poor throw. Derek Fisher the next to bat, 1 for 2. He singled and struck out in 2 trips. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Runners at second and third with 2 gone. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
When I broke into the league, not many guys were throwing that elevated fastball with that much velocity on it. The game has changed.
Inside corner called a strike 1 and 2.
He's got a chance to ring up back-to-back Ks here, and that would be huge in this situation.
And he fouls this one off. The set and the 1-2 hit hard back up the middle, and he will deliver one of the biggest at-bats of the night. It's a base hit. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score.
Dan, from a pitcher standpoint, that's a backbreaker. 2 out, 2 RBI base hit right there.
Awfully frustrating. You're trying to make some good pitches. You get 2 outs, and all of a sudden you give up that big base hit that drives in 2. Frustrating for a pitcher.
Into the box now, Reese McGuire, as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. And 2, here it is. 3 runs already home here. A 1-2 count to the Blue Jays signal caller. Working for the punch out and the offering. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So they pick up 3 runs on only 2 hits in the inning, 1 error in the inning, and a runner left. 7th inning coming up. Toronto leads this one 6-3. Justin Miller is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 60, Justin Miller.
Ready for another shot now. Robinson Chirinos, a hit in 2 tries so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
At the ball. Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0 misses off the plate.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
Now the 2-0.
Nope, that's down.
Shin-Soo Choo will follow here. He waits on deck. Now the 3-0 offering is in there for strike 1.
The count for 3-1.
Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Left fielder looking up, still ranging back. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. A solo shot here to left, and they cut the gap here. It's now 6-4.
You could tell his eyes lit up right there. He must have been looking up in the zone. A lot of guys are trying to go with that elevated heater. Caught a little bit too much of the zone with that one.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
At the plate, Shin-Soo Choo. This will take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. The 1-0.
Wow, I can't believe the hitter took that one. The pitcher absolutely got away with a hanger.
2 balls and a strike to the Rangers leadoff hitter.
Pretty good pitch right here to a left-handed power hitter. The one thing you want to do, keep the ball inside so he can't get those long arms out and extended. Really good pitcher's pitch right there, even though he didn't get the called strike.
3-1 to him now. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. 3-2, full count. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Up next for the Rangers.
At the plate, Elvis Andrus. It was an RBI sac fly for him last time through. Here it comes now to Andrus. Here comes the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Ball, that count.
Man, that's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
Now here's one hit in the air to the right side. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey, they weren't going to keep this guy down for long. That's the ebbs and flows of the baseball season. Bottom line is this guy has bat-to-ball skills. You knew he was going to get hot eventually.
Wilmer Font enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning.
Number 63, Wilmer.
At the plate now, Willie Calhoun, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Grounded down the third baseline. Oh, and 2, here it comes. In the dirt, and now let's see the tag, and he is safe on a very close play at the bag.
And I think that's the case of the pitcher being a little too preoccupied with the speed at first. He lost focus on making the pitch and throws an absolute scud. The irony, of course, is the runner's now on second, and he didn't even have to steal.
Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
Weak grounder down the line at third. Throw not in time to get him, and how about that? An unlikely infield single.
Dan, with that single, he's now 3/4 of the way to hitting for the cycle. Toughest one still on the shelf, though. He's got to get it triple.
Yeah, that's you said it, Dero. That's one of those that's either got to hit right down the line or one of those tweeners in the gap. He has enough speed, so if he can find a gap or find one down the line, maybe he can do it, and he's going to at least get one more at bat in this one.
Here comes the first pitch. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
And he falls behind 0-2. As a look, now the pitch. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
Big spot right here. That's a great pitch to try and see if you could get him to fish outside the zone. He's still in the driver's seat right now, and I'd expect something else to miss off the plate.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
So now to the plate, Danny Santana, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
Looked like he was a little over-aggressive there to throw that nasty curveball. Just needs to slow his delivery down a bit.
And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball and play hard.
Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Rangers do get one back, however, on the strength of this home run. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and stretch. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Rangers 4. Striding in, Bo Bichette. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Shortstop. Go.
First offering on its way.
Oh, that pitch is out.
And that's right there, and we're even at 1.
Hey, that pitch right there caught entirely too much of the plate. Curveball that rolled over the heart of the plate. He's got to pull the trigger on that one.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Gallo has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out. Stepping up now, Kevin Biggio. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Yeah, that's the spot right there for an 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider in the dirt, especially with the bases empty.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
That's a pretty impressive pitch from a young arm like that. If you can spot your pitches there in advantage counts like 1 and 2, you're going to have a lot of strikeouts and soft contact.
Standing in now, Lourdes Gurriel. As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at bat. And that misses, 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he takes a called strike 2.
Count is 1-2.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. Now a fastball inside, and he works it back to a full count now. Popped him up. Odor shading to his right. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. They're up 6-4. Anthony Bass has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 52, Anthony.
Ready to begin the 8th. Coming to the plate now, Todd Frazier. No hits for him yet in the game despite his team's offensive onslaught.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
The windup and the 0-1. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-2 is outside for a ball. Drilled down the line, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Now here it comes. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
It's been a rough night at the yard for him. That's 3 times he's gone down on strikes in this one. So they've really figured out how to attack this guy.
In now, Odor, as he'll send a ground ball down to third. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. So digging in now, Nick Solak. He was a ground out victim last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
That ball is foul.
Both teams right now with 11 hits in the ballgame. Fastball right back to the mound, and he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. Rangers set down in order. They trail it here 6-4. So here's the cleanup hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. Outside with the fastball as the count moves to 2-1 now. Smoked on the ground up the middle, and Andrus will not be able to get there. It's a base hit.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there, Dan. He went heater up in the zone and then tried to drop the off speed, but he was on it.
Boy, Mark, that's the oldest trick in the book, right? You use one pitch to set up the other. This guy wasn't having any part of that.
Into the box now, Travis Shaw, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Ready with the 0-1. Oh, on the ground to first. Can this be 2? To second for 1. On to first, and yet another double play. Their 4th of the night, and there are quickly 2 gone here.
That's one of the hardest double plays to turn right there because of the difficult throw the first baseman has to make. No problem this time, though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for.
So base is empty now after the double play, and standing in is the veteran outfielder Rendell Grichuk. First offering on its way. Back up the middle. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. They still lead it 6-4. Ken Giles comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth.
51. Ken.
Striding in to start the ninth, Robinson Chirinos, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
Off we go in the ninth as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Looked like a slider perhaps, but it missed badly, and it's 2-0.
2 tough sliders right there, but he was able to lay off him. Might have bought himself a fastball in this situation.
Now the 2-0 is laid off of for ball number 3. Now the 3-0 offering, and this pitch misses here. It's ball 4, and they've got a leadoff base runner aboard to start the ninth.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Striding forward now is the DH, Shin-Soo Choo. He was retired via the ground ball last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result. It's his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
No balls and 1 strike. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Now the 1-1 pitch is laid off for ball 2.
Not sure if that was a purpose pitch or not, but I liked it. As a pitcher, sometimes you've got to be willing to back the guy off the plate by running something hard inside. You can't just let guys be comfortable standing in the batter's box against you.
Strike 2 called, and it's even at 2.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Nobody out, runner on first. Just hung in there on that one. The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full. Elvis Andrus, who represents the possible go-ahead run here, waits in the on-deck circle. Swings on top and sends it on the ground out to second. One there on to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
Oh man, that's just a backbreaker right there. You get the leadoff man to start the 9th, and you're looking pretty good, right? Not when the next guy bounces into a double play. We'll see if they can get the final out and wrap this thing up.
Digging in and looking for more, Elvis Andrus. Lifetime numbers against Ken Giles. He's a .333 hitter. Here it comes now to Andrus. A swing and a ground ball to third. Scooped up. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
A 6-4 finish in tonight's affair. Toronto rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Hyunjin Ryu pitches well enough to get the W. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Fans, our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Blue Jays, 6 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Rangers, 4 runs on 11 hits. 1 error. They left 7 men on base. The winning pitcher is Hyunjin Ryu. Credit the save to Ken Giles. The loss goes to Corey Kluber. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 11 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.